Welcome once again. How's everybody doing? Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys look so beautiful tonight. We had some light hors d'oeuvres. I was joking outside about how when I was a kid, I used to call it orderly horrors. Wasn't funny. Anyway, we're here for a very, very good cause tonight. Mr. Duke is one of the important, critical artists in our times, and it's an honor to honor him. And we're going to do the best that we can to do that. A little bit about the organization that's honoring him. About 30 years ago now, I was about 2 years old. Felt that I had to do something to contribute, being inspired by people who had came before me, whom I had been introduced to through my mom, who made sure that we read books. In fact, every Saturday she would put us on the St. Charles streetcar in New Orleans. You might have been in New Orleans, Louisiana, right? Yeah, and she'd take us to the library and make us read books. It was fun. It wasn't like punishment for us. And I read about, just so many people in history. Paul Robeson. Anybody know who Paul Robeson is? Yeah. Yeah. How about Canada Lee? See, all right. So you know what I'm talking about. Give it up for the legendary Mr. Garrett Morris, right here. Yeah, you are. And really, why? I didn't know that. All right, so you're my homeboy. Yes, sir. Every time.
When we finish, can you help me get the
I got a highlight. You got to put together the second line.
put it in?
Anybody know what the second line is? See, Mr. Morris, we got some work to do. Anyway, so we started this organization, and so for 30 years now, our primary work has been focused on young people. And I know Mr. Duke. But the first time I saw him on, in a movie, there was a movie called Car Wash. You remember that movie? I was a kid. I think it was 1975. He's not helping me out over here. No, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Duke was in Car Wash, and to me, he was the most interesting character besides Richard Pryor. Because he challenged Richard Pryor, who was a preacher, but he was that preacher was getting everybody's money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that movie? Yeah, and I was attracted to people who were kind of revolutionary. You know what I mean? Like Malcolm X. Everybody loved Malcolm X, right? Y'all ain't scared of Malcolm, right? So Mr. Duke, in that film, he kind of reminded me of of Malcolm X type of character and everything. And I was a kid, and then from there I would see him in a lot of different things. And I teach class, right? So when I go into the class and talk about Mr. Duke, these kids are now 16 and 17 years old. And I say, you don't know who Bill Duke is? And they're like, Bill Duke. Then they say, oh, I can't say these words on stage. The one who said, now you know you don't. That's how they know him. But that's another generation, 30 years removed from when he did that film. So let's give him another round of applause right here because he's relevant. He's an artist that's relevant in many different ways. So we're dealing with a little technical issue that they'll let me know we solved so we can show a quick film. But we have live entertainment tonight by a group that, if you don't know, you will know after tonight. And I'm proud to be a member of that group. So I'll be morphing into another jacket and coming back. And we'll be singing for you. I want you to recognize my brothers in song. I think they're all here now. Is everybody here?
No.
How about Mr. Kitchen? Is he here?
No.
So I won't introduce y'all now. I'll wait till he comes back. And then in about Sydney, where's Sydney Chandler?
She's right here.
Let's get Sydney Chandler around the applause. Because Sydney knows like everything. She knows everything, right? How many people know Sydney? Raise your hand. Doesn't she know like everything, right? Film, just everything. So I'm just astounded and just so honored to work with her. Right. And she's instrumental in helping with this event tonight. I also want to recognize the Executive Director for Family Organization, Dr. Kimberly Grigsby. Is Dr. Kimberly here? There's that. I'm going to recognize everybody, but not right now, y'all, so don't get mad at me. I'm not forgetting. just gotta move fast. In about 10 minutes, Sydney, tell me if I'm right or wrong. We're gonna gather for a photo. We call it. Right. Okay. So let me explain it, and then we'll do it.
Like 10 minutes. You about
I can hear her voice.
yeah, 10 minutes. She said.
10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, we're gonna go outside. You know, and Mr. Duke will be last. So we can get you guys out there first. We may have to take a couple of chairs out there, and we're gonna gather for what we call a classic photo. So since 1996, here in Leimert Park, our organization have gathered artists and people who are, you know, productive, I would say, together to get together and take a photo. And those photos go on T-shirts so that children can look at your faces and say, "Oh, I want to be like that. I want to be like that." So we call it a classic photo. We did it last year with Miss Julie Pace. Is Miss Julie Pace here? Yeah. She's on the way. We honor Miss Julie. Let's give her a hand before she gets in here. I know she walks up there. Do it again. We did it around her the last year, and tonight is Mr. Duke's night, and we're going to coalesce around him and take a photo. And I want to say that, how can I say this without sounding like I'm the old teacher or something? Everybody has to listen so we can do it. I don't know how else to say it, you know? Everybody has to listen so we can do it right and do it as quickly as possible and move on with the night. Is that okay, y'all? Okay, so that's in about 10 minutes. So let's turn some music on. I'll be back. The organization is on the screen back there. Please, you know, donate. Act like you're in church. Come on, y'all, help us out. And let's make sure that we continue to do the work we're doing. We have 100% graduation rate with black males. See you, man. Be a man. We'll be back in a minute.